In this video, we are going to show the full garage transformation before and after.
Then stay with us and we'll give you a tour of the completed garage. It's beautiful.
When my parents first moved into this house, the one thing that they wanted was a finished garage. This would be a place where my dad could put all of his fishing stuff and work on projects. At the time, we did not know when we would be doing this project, so we just brought all of the things into the garage, into this side room, and into the house, not really knowing when the garage would be worked on, but we knew we didn't want to fill it with stuff because the goal was to get started on that project as quickly as possible. So Grant decided that maybe a week after they moved in here, he would start on the garage right away. That way, they could get all of their stuff out of that side room where it was being stored and put into the finished garage. He started this project by removing the shelves that were put up by the previous owners. They were kind of thrown up there and weren't done very well. And my dad wanted to have the garage all insulated with really good lighting so he could work on his fishing tackle and all the projects that he likes to work on. So this was step one, removing everything that was already in there, including all of the weird little bits and bobs that were added to the wall initially. The next step was to frame out this garage. We needed a drop ceiling, so Grant added all the framing for the drop ceiling to be added. He also removed some termite damage and added some extra framing on the sides. Now you can see, thankfully they had this side area to store everything. This place was jam-packed, but if you followed us for a while, you would have seen my mom and I continue to declutter the stuff that was in that side area because they knew there was not going to be enough room to bring all of that into the garage. Grant just reminded me that even though this project felt like it took forever, it was only about 2 weeks of work where he was going to my parents' house every day, working on this project. And in the meantime, at our house, we were still finishing up the final touches on our kitchen as well. My parents also had a plumber out so they could move the washer to the other side and add a utility sink that was on the list of things they wanted. They also had an electrician out, a guy that we use for almost every project that we do, and he was able to add all kinds of lighting that my dad wanted, overhead lighting, and just redo all the electrical on the whole entire garage to make sure it was safe and functioning correctly. Then everything was delivered, so Grant could really get this project in motion and get it insulated and the plywood up on the walls. In the meantime, the backyard was blooming and all of the blueberries were in season. We were picking hundreds of blueberries every day and eating them as fast as we could.
This is really cool. This is an old fruit picking basket. It was before there were area codes.
These blueberry bushes are another perk of my parents' new house, their beautiful big garden and backyard. This is a nice break to take when we are working on projects. I need to keep my energy levels up for projects like this with my mom, and that's why I'm excited to share about today's sponsor, Glow. Have you been dealing with low energy? Because I know I was. And one thing that has helped me so much lately is adding Glow to my daily routine. I simply pour 1 stick pack into my water, mix it up, and drink it every day. It's become such an easy habit. Glow is formulated specifically with women and their hormones in mind, with vitamins, minerals, natural antioxidants, and electrolytes to support hormone health, metabolism, hydration, and overall wellness. And it's completely caffeine free, which I love because I don't get that jittery feeling or that afternoon crash. Since using Glow, I've noticed clearer skin, better moods, stronger nails, and more steady energy throughout my day. It comes in delicious flavors like raspberry, blue raspberry, raspberry watermelon, and strawberry kiwi. And the stick packs make it so easy to take wherever you go. Plus it only has 1 gram of sugar and no dairy, artificial sweeteners, synthetic colors, or fillers. If you've been looking for a simple way to support your energy levels, I recommend Glow. You can get up to 42% off site-wide right now with my exclusive link and code Shannon, or simply scan the QR code on your screen to shop. And thank you to Glow for sponsoring this video. And now Grant was on to the final stretch of this project, adding all of the insulation. I think Grant hates insulation about as much as getting up into an attic on a hot day. So it's equal. He really doesn't like doing insulation. But it was crazy how different the garage sounded before insulation versus after. It was so muffled and just was really nice to be in the garage once the insulation was in there. And it's been keeping the garage way cooler on these hot summer days. Definitely worth it. So he did that, and he also added ventilation up into this attic area above the drop ceiling. This attic will not be something where anything is stored up there. It's just purely to be insulated. And then he added plywood to all of the walls and painted that, bringing the whole entire garage together. It looks absolutely amazing. They chose a bright white paint, so that way when all of the racks are on there, you can see everything clearly and it's easy to find everything. Also, this garage is kind of small, so bright white really makes it look larger. Then it was time to bring everything back in, including this extremely heavy table, and putting this in place. Now I'm going to tell you, we were going to film this and then we forgot to film the actual moving, but here it is in place.
So welcome to the garage. When we first moved in here a few months ago, my husband, Carl, his main priority was getting this garage functioning and kind of beautiful for a garage. But he had the things he wanted, and now he's happy it's all working. He's got his workbench here.
And he wanted it completely finished with white walls, insulated, drop ceiling.
Yeah.
Because in the beginning,
it was just rafters.
Bare bones.
Bare bones. A lot of wood had to be cut out because it was old and just, it was a big mess. So now it's really nice.
Show us now how it's kind of functioning.
Okay, so it's all about fishing more than anything. There's a lot of fishing apparatus here. So the bins that were at our old house, they all fit in to this new situation. We have a rack over there, and we've got a couple other racks. But this is all his fishing gear here and tools in his workbench.
And this workbench was built way back in what, the 70s, you said?
Oh yeah, I think he was 22 when he did it. 60 years ago he built that, he said.
And he built it with what, his father, his friend, or something?
Just himself. Obviously he got the biggest wood he could find.
It was an emotional attachment. So we had it loaded up into the moving van, brought it here, and luckily it fit perfectly.
I know. He measured, so that's it. He measured every inch of this garage and everything that was going into it. And before we even started working on it, everything, he had a whole plan. It was all laid out. So, and it all worked too.
Where everything was going to go.
Yes. Over here we have fishing gear, tackle, he says, and rods, not poles. I learned that too.
I'll be the Vanna White of the garage tour.
Lots of big hooks and lures.
And the surprising thing about you all moving from the old house to here is you were able to reuse all the racks.
Yes.
Did you even buy a new one?
No. They all just fit in.
Everything fit perfectly. And with the downsizing you both did, you are not going to be using one of the giant racks. You're going to get rid of it.
There's one out here that I want to remove.
It's going to go.
It's going to go. Okay, so here's another rack with fishing stuff. Yes, lures and all doodads, hooks and things. So, okay, I suggested with your insistence that we get a sink in the garage.
Utility sink.
I love it. I do all my hand washing out here.
In your previous home, you did not have one.
You're right.
And I said the best thing that we have in our home that was an addition for us is the sink outside.
Yeah.
It's just so nice because if you're doing something nasty, you're dealing with paint, dirt, whatever it could
that
be.
used to all come into the kitchen.
Exactly.
I used to get it out of here.
You could just wash your hands and everything. I put, dirty black socks that are muddy, everything. And I insisted, I said, you must add one because you were already going to have the plumber and the electrician and everything out here. So
So I like that. And then when we moved in, the previous owners had left a stacking washer dryer in the corner, but we had our own. We had it taken out and we had the plumbing all redone. They had a water house purifier over there, and we had that removed also because there's not enough room for it, and Carl doesn't really care for that. So
the soft water.
Yeah, he says it never gets off his skin.
Had that removed. Yep. It works really well, right?
Yes.
Like this little station.
So this large rack was from our old house, and everything fits perfectly on there. He calls it my rack because this is my toilet paper, towels, Christmas, all the Christmas stuff, our luggage. That's coffee, everything, that's mine. But actually, this is the family rack. Everybody uses it. Everybody uses
everything that's on here, besides maybe a few camping bins and maybe a few art bins. But other than that, this really is the shared family rack.
Yeah, it's a utility rack for all the stuff that we don't have room for and don't want in the house.
And what's nice is you've been able to have a little area here where you've put just all of the laundry stuff. So it's very handy.
Oh yeah, it's perfect. It's just all fallen together.
And there is still some room this is a big if you wanted to add a shelf above the washer and dryer or some kind of cabinet above there if you needed more space. But looking at this, I actually don't even think you need
I don't either.
More space because you have some open bins that aren't even full down here. And
I'll tell you what the big problem was that I've dealt with was I hang my clothes to dry, and there's no place to hang them in this house. I have them hanging on all the cupboard handles all throughout the house. And so finally, I was going to attach one that the people had left that expands out from the wall, but that wasn't going to work. So look what I got. Here it is.
Roll it in.
And a rolling rack, perfect to hang clothes
I love
on.
it.
I got this, I think at Lowe's, it was like $30.
If we can link it, we will.
Oh, yeah.
If not, we will just tell you it came from Lowe's.
Yeah, just basic. And it's nice. It has these pull-outs. You got to lift that thing.
Oh, you got to lift it.
Yeah, so you could put more clothes hanging here.
Oh, yeah.
And then they can hang in the garage, which is a clean place, so I don't have to worry about...
Exactly, because your garage, is the opposite of our garage, where your garage is very clean. You're not doing wood projects and things that get dirty in it. So this is the perfect situation. Yes. And the nice thing is, I know a lot of people might say, where are you going to store that? But you're not using those bins very often. Those are more backup stuff for Dad that he doesn't use all that often. So this can just stand right in front of there. One thing I want to touch on really quick is this may look like a lot of stuff to some people. It's all relative to your lifestyle and everything. But honestly, this amount of stuff is nothing compared to what you had at the old house.
We got rid of more than this. We've downsized so much. Yeah.
And that's what allowed you to fit into this garage.
Right. Oh, yeah. We could not have taken everything that was there and moved it into here. It would not have fit.
Exactly.
So we got rid of luggage and just all kinds of things.
And that whole rack that's pretty large in the side room that you're waiting to get rid of, that was all full before.
Right.
So that really shows you how much you got rid of.
Well, I just took like 20 gallons of paint to the recycle place.
It was crazy.
Yeah, it was just a lot of things here.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And Dad pulls his car and parks in here every single night.
Yes.
So it's a functioning garage that you can park in. You can't fit both cars, but that's not necessarily because of the amount of stuff. It's because this garage is small.
Yes, it's an old garage and it's not as deep as our other one. I couldn't fit my van in.
They call it a two-car garage. It's technically not really a two-car garage unless you had not one thing in the whole garage and you had small cars.
Okay, yeah.
That's the only way. So it's just wonderful. You're able to have all your functioning stuff and be able to park in here. It's amazing.
I know.
You've done a lot of work.
I just look at it and I think like, I can't believe it's actually finished. Grant worked so hard doing what he did. It was like magic.
Insulating, adding
I never
drywall.
thought it would look this good. It's just it's just amazing how well it came out.
It looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Yay. One huge project down and
I know.
on to the next fun
Big
stuff.
one. Yeah, we couldn't really, this was holding us up from getting things out of the house. And it really, as soon as this started and was functioning, everything just drained into here and went to the right place. So that's really nice.
You're getting more and more organized every single week
day
that goes by. I love it. Well, thank you so much for joining us on this garage transformation, and we will see you in the next video.
Bye-bye.
Bye.